The Non-Resident Lawyers Division Founders Award recognizes a non-resident member who has brought positive change to the division and has actively participated in state bar activities for many years. This year's recipient is attorney Kene Okocha. Sorry, I practiced it and I even worked with him with it, and oh, I'm so sorry. Okocha. Attorney Okocha is a senior assistant U.S. attorney who served for 12 years at the U.S. Attorney's Office in the District of Columbia. As the deputy chief of the Sex Offense and Domestic Violence Section, he oversees and trains attorneys prosecuting critical cases involving sexual abuse and domestic violence. Attorney Okocha is being recognized for his outstanding contributions to the field of law, his unwavering commitment to justice, and his profound impact on both his community and colleagues throughout the NRLD. He has served as both president and a board member of the NRLD and is very active in the division's Washington, D.C. chapter. Please join me in honoring Attorney Okocha.
All right, good evening, everybody. So before I start, I'm a federal prosecutor, so I have to give my standard disclaimer that the statements I'm providing today are my own and don't necessarily represent that of the U.S. Attorney's Office. I'm here in my personal capacity, okay, everybody? All right, so I just want to say a big thank you to the Wisconsin State Bar and the Non-Resident Lawyers Division for this award. It's been my pleasure and my honor to work with you all to serve attorneys that are barred in Wisconsin but live outside of the state. I next want to thank everybody who has come out here to support me today. I want to thank the Honorable Brian Blanchard, who gave me my first job in prosecution and has been a great supporter of mine, both inside the office, giving me great projects, and outside as my career has continued to grow. I want to thank the Honorable Nia Anamwa Trammell, who is probably the person who supported me the earliest out of anybody here. She actually babysat me when I was growing up in Eagle Heights, but is actually a standout member of the Nigerian community here in Madison, was a trailblazer as a lawyer and a great role model, and always there to give me advice. I want to thank Professor Ben Kempinen, who has introduced me to prosecution and showed me its power for good. ADA Barbara Franks, who was a mentor of mine when I was at the DA's office in Madison, Wisconsin here. My friends and colleagues, my law school classmates, Sam Rickers and Lanny Glinberg, thank you for coming out today. And my friends for decades, Zach Stewart and Joe Maldonado, my groomsmen, they came out today to help support me. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming out today and for your support, both personally and professionally. So I also want to thank some people who aren't here today. Unfortunately, my family couldn't make it. My beautiful wife, Cherry, she is my rock. She is the reason why I'm able to do these types of work for the lawyers here in Wisconsin. My beautiful wife, Cherry, and she is able to just hold me down and help me. One of the great things she does is help me with my kids, my 4-year-old and 6-year-old, who are my heart and my purpose, and the reason that I get up and work every day. So before I close and leave, I want to talk a little bit about service and leadership, just because that's what I got this award for. I want to talk about a little bit about me, my legal background. So what I do, my entire career has been in public service. And when I get free time, I often do work like this for organizations that have helped me, helping out with the bar, helping out with my church. As an alumni of my university and my fraternity, I've done that type of work. And it's always been something that's very natural to me to do that type of service. And sometimes I wonder where I got it from, but you know, it's very clear. And the last people I want to thank are the people who gave me that drive to do service, my parents. And I want to share a little bit about their story, because it's a great story of sacrifice and service. So my parents, they immigrated to the United States from Nigeria. They did so after surviving a really awful war. a brutal massacre in their hometown where my mom lost her brother and my dad lost his father. But they didn't wallow in their loss, right? They came to this country, the country welcomed them, and they came here. They got their PhDs down the street at the University of Wisconsin. They did that while raising me and my 3 sisters, and then they moved to Whitewater, Wisconsin, and they began their long, multi-decade career of service as public educators. They have educated many of Wisconsin's guidance counselors and social workers, nurses and EMTs in the basics. And in addition to that public service, they helped out in their community, they helped out in my schools, they helped out in their church, not just on Sundays, but they were one of those couples that helped new engaged couples learn how to be good husbands and good wives. They're just great overall people, and I've been so fortunate to have them as a representation of what good service and good leadership is. So I want to dedicate that award to them, and I want to thank everybody here today. Thank you.